start from Madam, just so that we're able to network well once we're a few here. Just in case the time is up or Secretary General is saying we'll just continue with the program. Maybe we can get the rest later. So, Madam, you could do a quick start for me. Your name, where you're coming from. Audrey Biney, you're welcome. Madam, if you can applaud her, you can applaud her. I'll be grateful, sure. That's the spirit of Africa. From the Nigerian High Commission, she is in charge of trade. Please give her a round of applause. And please, I know for those of you who would want to network, you can easily reach out to her, especially those who would want to find something out there in Nigeria. Quite a huge market you have there, Madam. Lady Labi, that was quick. So you are from where? Okay. You want to tell them a little bit of what you do? I'm excited. It's in the northern part of the country, yeah? Oh, let's give her a round of applause. Yeah, they've moved the business from the urban centers, playing a strong role in the northern parts of the country and primarily supporting women, I believe. Absolutely. I love it when they come from Canada. Madam, you're on. I gave you off before you even introduced yourself. Definitely. So she's from the Canadian High Commission. I'm sure you get a lot of friends here. They want to actually network with you and grow their plans. And I know Canada supports a lot of initiatives. So. All right, we'll quickly go on with the introduction. I'm sure I'll be alerted at some point in time. All right, so we've had Canadian High Commission, we have British High Commission. It means we're fully represented. Please, Madam. Thank you so much, sir. Absolutely. The British High Commission believes in it, so today is very important and we're taking a lot of... Madam, you just came in, so you might while away a little bit, but we're just trying to find out who is coming from which institution. Okay. So we should give you a little time. Okay, okay. So, sir, you may go on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, of course, a friend to me. Thank you. Please give him a round of applause. Very supportive, counseling and everything. We're grateful. Sir, we could start from your end also. Mr. Eddie Akron. He's the man the journalists will look for. Anytime we have to get issues in the maritime industry and the challenges. Sir, we want you to move it from Ghana, beyond the shores of Ghana, and network Africa. If we have a strong freight forwarding front, I believe trade would be facilitated well. Thank you very much for your presence. We sincerely appreciate you. Please, the next person can.
All right, I think we're almost done with the presentations. I think we have one or two more at the back. Sir, yes, please. If you, yeah. You work with Metro TV, a very important media partner. Thank you very much for that. I've just taken over MC. My name is Emmanuel K-Benz Jr. I'm the Deputy Executive Director of Afcfta Policy Network. I also currently managing our news portal, afternews.net. If you have not yet checked it out, we launched it in May. Afternews.net. We're trying to continue the awareness realization mandate that we seek to do with the Afcfta Policy Network. Right now, we're still waiting on the news about the Afcfta Secretary General. So we're trying to find ways in which we can proceed without him at the moment, but he's a very important person to have here so that we can launch the actual program. But I think I just need to get some clarification on the Zoom. Divine, are you around? Is the Zoom link open now? So there are people on? Great. So how many participants do we have? 8. Okay, great. So as you may have read, this is a hybrid event, offline and online. Thank you for observing COVID-19 protocols. Very, very important to stay safe and stay important. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Association of African Universities TV. Not a lot of people know about them, but they're very important. I do a show, Agenda 2063 TV show, every week with them. AAU is an AU agency responsible for promoting continental education on the continent, and it's been in Accra since the 1970s, and not a lot of people know that. They have a multimedia wing called AAU TV, which was set up a few years ago, and they've been doing a lot of shows, and they have partnered Afcfta Policy Network. I do the show Agenda 2063 TV there every week, and they've been doing great work because education, reaching out to academia, reaching out to researchers is very critical, and Afcfta Policy Network, that's one of the things that we're seeking to do. So just a round of applause for them, because they're unsung heroes. They do a lot of great work. So thank you, AAU TV. No, I think, yeah, I know a few people, but you can continue and then I'll.
Ladies and gentlemen, so thank you and pardon me for my quick exit and coming back. Of course, if you have the Secretary General himself coming, you would be receiving briefings upon briefings. So I just went in for a quick one. He's on his way in just a few minutes. He would be joining us. We're excited that we have the numbers. You are the ones who matter. Some few will be joining us later on, but then because of COVID protocols, we really had to, you know, keep the numbers quite down, and we are happy about it. I mean, whatever transpires today, we trust that a lot of people are watching us via the link and online, like we rightly mentioned. Later on, I'll give you the opportunity to share the address. Do you have it easily? If you have it, come and share. So because there are a lot of people online, we ask that you register. We didn't want everybody to be in here for the police to be extremely crowded. So kindly bear with us. Much as possible, several hundreds of people are watching us out there, and we like it in that virtual way. So at this point, it is only good for you to clearly understand the conference expectation, what we are expecting to hear from you, what you should be expecting also. And it is interesting to let you know that he was here a while ago, but he knew his role actually. So he said, you give me a little while, let me go freshen up, but I'll come and let me go and freshen my thoughts. I'll come back and brief you more. So I guess this is the right time to bring him in to come and share with you. While he is going on, if His Excellency arrives, we will quickly all rise and receive him. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Mr. Emmanuel Bensa, who is a Deputy Executive Director Afcfta Policy Network Group. Please, let's give him a big round of applause. Playing a key role over the... Oh, is that what you can do for a man who is sacrificing for Africa to see great trade?
I think I should just step down after that. As I always like to tell up-and-coming youth, titles do not make you. Titles only open doors. So, yeah, this is the title I have, but when I wake up every morning, I'm an ECOWAS and AU policy analyst, and I'm an Afcfta enthusiast, I'm at this, I'm at that. So many roles, we all have that. What we're trying to do with the Afcfta Policy Network is to make history by helping people understand what the African Continental Free Trade Area is about. So we have a awareness realization mandate, as I said, trying to educate people about what Afcfta policy is. It took a long time for us to come up with the title before we registered it almost 2 years ago, because we realized that if we just focus on Afcfta, people may not necessarily understand. So we said Afcfta policy, and Afcfta policy includes everything to do with Afcfta, but including regional integration, peace and security, and some of the issues that are important for understanding how the African continent works. Now, but in essence, let me just quickly say what we are. The Afcfta Policy Network is a regional integration think tank. That is how we are trying to position ourselves, because some of the things that we are doing speaks to those issues. Hopefully, in July, we'll be starting some work with the International Organization for Migration, helping to popularize the Freedom of Movement Protocol, because those are some of the very important issues that we think need to be popularized. We're talking a lot about trade, but if we are not moving freely, we cannot trade. And we have only 4 ratifications of the Freedom of Movement Protocol. We just had Algeria as a 37th member state yesterday. You can see the disconnect already, 37 ratifications and then 4 for the freedom of movement. And yet you have 2 regions, ECOWAS, the West Africa region, you have the East Africa region. Together, that's 15, that's maybe 22, 24 countries that do free movement in their respective regions very well. So not quite understand why at the continental level it's not happening, and that needs to happen very quickly. I said we are a regional integration policy network, regional integration think tank. And we're unique in a couple of ways. Number one, we are membership-based, which means that we need to focus on our members. We have members numbering over 200, 300 on paper, although the actual figures are a little bit more, because there are a number of people who say that they are members by association. So you end up saying that they are affiliated to APN, you have to look through the papers and say, how exactly are you affiliated to us? And so on and so forth. That always happens. But we have, our membership is important to us because we need to help them understand why the African Continental Free Trade Area is important as SMEs, as private sector, and that kind of thing. But the reason why the membership is also important is because not everyone understands how the African Continental Free Trade Area started. We don't have time to bore them about the history. There was the whole conception around it is clear. It's in the history books for you to read. So the boosting inter-African trade started in 2011, 2012. There's a tripartite free trade area in 2015. And then 2017, the negotiations around what was then the Continental Free Trade Area kicked off and then became the African Continental Free Trade Area by 2019, signed in Kigali in 2018, and then we are where we are. COVID came and disturbed everyone, and here we are. But still with the Afcfta Policy Network, one of the reasons why we're unique is also because apart from the fact that we are seeking to offer awareness creation, which is what a lot of people are doing, we're also seeking to offer what I would call policy coherence. Let me take the mask off. Policy coherence around the African Continental Free Trade Area. So it's not just about people trading, it's also about bringing people to understand that the African Continental Free Trade Area did not just fall out from the sky, that it was a creation of something the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat was the idea of the Department of Trade and Industry of the African Union, thinking that they needed a whole new institution to help people understand how the whole inter-African trade journey would work. And so that was how the whole thing happened. The whole thing could have been done in the Department of Trade and Industry at the African Union in Addis. And I think we would have been in a lot of trouble, because already if you look at the pressure that the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat is under from SMEs, private sector, about the work that they're doing, you can see that there's a whole lot of work to do. Now, so policy coherence. Whilst we understand that inter-African trade is important, for us as well, with our different experiences working in different AU spaces, there's the African peer review mechanism, for example, that I've talked about in different spaces. They've just recently signed an MOU with the Afcfta Secretariat to help, monitor the compliance by member states. So for us, we have worked around APRM issues. We've also worked around NEPAD and AUDA as well, and we're also reaching out to what some call the mid-run institutions of the AU, which is the Pan-African Parliament, APRM, and NEPAD. Key institutions that will help people understand how everything gels together around the African Union. So for us, with the new work that we're going to do with the International Organization for Migration, for us it's also about understanding that migration, what some people call the mobility component of the Afcfta. Mobility because it's about moving, and therefore there are different components of the African Continental Free Trade Area. But the mobility component is the bit about migration, peace and security. There are peace and security conversations around the African Continental Free Trade Area that need to be unpacked. Kenya, for example, is a very big player is beginning to position itself in East Africa as a big player on African Continental Free Trade Area. Kenya is an IGAD, but Kenya is also a key player in the African Union mission in Somalia. There's going to be a drawdown of troops by the end of this year, which therefore means that Kenya will necessarily have to withdraw from AMISOM, which is an AU peace enforcement force, which has been running for over 15 years. What then happens to Somalia, which is a weak state? Does Somalia now focus on peace and security issues at the expense of the African Continental Free Trade Area when it signed only in August 2020 the African Continental Free Trade Area? These are some of the considerations that are out there buried in the literature that we need to bring out and unpack for people. So there are peace and security dimensions. There are migration dimensions. There are issues around even our parliamentarians at the continental level understanding how all this connects together. There are regional economic community considerations. How do regional economic communities prepare themselves for the African Continental Free Trade Area? We know ECOWAS has the ECOWAS Trade and Liberalization Scheme, but is it working well? Some say it's a mini Afcfta, but is it working well enough to be considered a mini Afcfta for this larger conversation? Then there are regional groupings like COMESA, 22 countries that are doing very well. A lot of the best practices of Afcfta has been taken from COMESA. So Afcfta is an opportunity. The word game changer has been bandied around all over. But it is really truly a game changer for everybody involved in it and outside it. Let me just finally conclude on the final reason why we are a little bit unique. We also partners to a new idea called the Africa Private Sector Summit. Now, the Africa Private Sector Summit, we had the first meeting in March, and we're going to have the second one in September, and it's going to hopefully be hosted by the government of Ghana. The idea of the Africa Private Sector Summit is having a four-way conversation where academia, private sector, civil society, and consumers talk in a concerted way about what they need to do coherently in bringing the Afcfta to life. So you can see that there are different things that we're doing in different spaces to ensure that we bring coherence to the whole Afcfta conversation. So it's not just about a policy network talking about inter-African trade and having members. We're doing very different things all over, trying to make sure that those things eventually end up in giving a better, coherent overview of the whole African Continental Free Trade Area. So, Regional Integration Think Tank, that's what we are. We're very happy to have you here today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. Thank you for AAU TV and all the other media that have made time to come as well. We are indebted to the stakeholders who have a lot of things to do, but are now here. So thank you very much, and I'll hand over to
Can we humbly rise and receive His Excellency, Minimum Kelly? Please let's give him a round of applause as he comes in. Sincerely grateful that we have such a key personality who believes in the continental free trade joining us on this occasion. Sir, you're so very much welcome, and we're grateful for your presence. Permission to ask my audience to take their seats. May you take your seats humbly. Ladies and gentlemen, so just as we assured you, we're streaming live and we have several thousands of people joining us via virtual means. Of course, we didn't want to crowd a room because we obviously believe in all the COVID protocols that we are all working towards to ensure that we minimize it to the barest minimum. At this moment, we will shortly want to introduce some few personalities we have in our midst, then I would call for a quick remark thus on welcome address. So ladies and gentlemen, we have several personalities in our midst. I'm happy to introduce the chairman of the APN Executive Council, Mr. Joe Taki. Mr. Joe Taki, please let's give him a round of applause, sir. You're very much welcome. And then also I have one person who has been interacting with you via virtual means and through a lot of means. Today he is the convener of this conference. Yao Afo, we're grateful that you are here. You've been working very hard for this. Oh, please appreciate Yao Afo because he's been working tirelessly to make this a success. Yao, thank you very much for putting this together. And we know throughout the year there are several packages that you have put together. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm also excited to talk about the former AGI president, the immediate past AGI president, James Asari J. He's a major industrialist in the country. Today he says he believes in the policy. He says he's one of the persons who are on the ground ensuring that products from his factory cross the borders to other parts. So he salutes the secretariat and believes that, look, it is only going to be good for the entire continent, Africa. We should all embrace it. I would also be happy to introduce to you Joyce Williams. Joyce Williams is the executive director for the Women's Africa Network. Joyce is here with the deputy. Is Joyce around? Okay, yeah, there she is. Joyce, thank you very much, coming all the way from the United States of America. The deputy is here. Can you rise so we acknowledge you equally? Let's give her a round of applause. So I love it when women decide that, look, let's push women, let's support women, let's help women grow their initiative. We have several institutions here. I'm sure if I have to go through all of them, we will not get done. But let me not forget my very good friend who all the pressmen in the nation today at any point in time, if they have to get a resource person who talks about business issues, of course, he educated most of us. So he's at the University of Ghana Business School. Professor Buckwin is here. Prof. Buckwin, we're happy to see you here and to be in our midst. There are several of you from the various ministries. If I would quickly glance through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we would also have members from the Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We have members from the Association of Ghana Industries. We're happy that you are here. We have Imani fully represented. Imani, thank you very much for your presence. And then the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, we have the president of Afcfta. Sir, can you rise so we acknowledge you? He's the president of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. We're grateful that you are here. And then I can say for the Ghana Chamber of SMEs and the Ghana Chamber of Bankers Association, the Ghana Immigration Service, CATS, GUTA, and Exporters and Importers Association. Indeed, the Federation and Association of Ghanaian Exporters. And then we have several of you in here. I'm sure at some point in time I'll come back and then duly acknowledge you. Ladies and gentlemen, you would want to know why we have convened here, the state of after trading since January 2021, since the initiative started. Let me welcome Mr. Luis Yao Afo, who is the Executive Director of the Afcfta Policy Network Group, to come and officially address you. Please let's give him a bigger round of applause as Yao comes in.
Good afternoon. Your Excellency, Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat, chairman, distinguished trade representatives from American Embassy, British High Commission, Canadian High Commission, Japanese Embassy, Director of Sub-Regional ECA, West Africa, Head of UNDP, Ghana, distinguished invited stakeholders, distinguished awardees, and invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I will not forget the very last time that we were having a consultative meeting during the Afcfta process. And I sat by foreign ambassador, an American ambassador in another country, and he asked me, "Gentlemen, where are you going? You look like you're going for a conference." And I said, "Yes, it was on African Continental Free Trade." And I'll never forget the question she asked me, "Are you sure it will be successful?" And I said that the very reason why you see me on this plane is the success of the story. The African Continental Free Trade area has come to stay. It is our wealth pool to transform our industrialization agenda. Congratulations to all member states, governments, stakeholders, private sector, civil society, the media, for the great role that you have played. Today, I welcome you to partner with this great agreement, invite you to this summit for us to underscore the importance of Afcfta trading since January 1st and acknowledge and join forces to promote African goods and services, which will form the basis of our rich market. Africa has launched her good book, and I call this book the African Continental Free Trade. We must be the doers of the book. We must not tear our own pages. So together, posterity will also reap the coming benefits. I therefore declare this summit open. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe Liao deserves a bigger applause, please. Let's not tear the pages. Let's mend it and work with it. We're excited that you also, with your team, decided to put this together and bring all of us here. It is such a delight that we have the world watching us as we stream on the various social media platforms. Very shortly, I'd also announce so that if you want to send back to your network and make them officially be a part of this summit, it would be good for all of us. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring in one man I respect so much, because he is the man that we all go to at any point in time if we would have to deliberate on issues with the continent of free trade, and if we would have to get ideologies on our policy network and the way forward. He has a wide range of experience in this area, and it's such a delight to know that today he's also seated on the front lines. Ladies and gentlemen, to come in and officially share with you the conference overview, I'd want to welcome Mr. Joe Taki, who's the chairman of the Afcfta Policy Network. He's of the Executive Council. Please, my applause today are very shallow. Mr. Taki likes his applause coming in well.
Excellency Secretary General Wankere, our distinguished guests from the development partner community, our special guests, and also permit me to specially recognize our colleague Joyce from the US, who has come all the way to be with us today. She is from our office in Virginia. And a captain of industry who is also here with us, Mr. Asari. My colleagues at the APN, and also let me say that even though I'm passionate and looking at everything at the Bakoni level, I want to especially acknowledge SME owners and entrepreneurs who are with us today, because I believe sincerely for all that I've done and how far I've come, without these people, we wouldn't get anywhere. That is where everything begins. That is where it all begins. And without them, I'm not too sure that we'll be talking about products and services that we need to trade at the level of the Africa Continental Free Trade. I'm also happy that the captain of the ship himself is here. And if you have taken time to listen to this man, you will see that all his dream is about Africa. And he deeply recognizes the fact that trade and investment is driving global development. And without trading amongst ourselves in Africa, African continent will not get far. So once again, I acknowledge you deeply for the work you've done over the years, whilst we were also working hard in our various capacities in the private sector here and at the Ministry of Trade and Industry here to move Ghana ahead to where we are today. Currently, intra-African exports stands very low at about 17% of the total continental exports. It is crucial that we consciously work at this to be able to bring inclusiveness to whatever it is that we do in by way of development. Trading began in January this year, and a lot has happened by way of negotiations in all areas to ensure that the momentum that we had to bring the Afcfta to being, we maintain that momentum to be able to ensure that we achieve the entire objectives. Overall, the implementation of the Afcfta is expected to significantly increase intra-African trade and promote structural transformation of the economies of our various countries across Africa. It would also eventually help us to realize and enjoy the benefits of free movement of our people across the continent, and also to appropriate the benefits of the estimated 3 trillion US GDP economic growth within the African continent. As a crucial part of the AU Agenda 2063, the main objectives of the Afcfta are to create a continental market for goods and services with free movement of people and capital, and pave the way towards creating eventually a customs union. This is very important, and also to help achieve competitiveness at the firm level across the continent. The Afcfta Policy Network, Ghana and Diaspora, an international think tank and advocacy organization, has the vision to promote the effective implementation of the Africa Continental Free Trade with a perspective on the private sector. In this regard, The After Policy Network recognizes that a considerable amount of work is urgently needed to ensure that private sector participation is real and very practical. Therefore, stakeholders, including all civil society organizations, entrepreneurs, NGOs within the private sector, need to engage actively and participate in all areas of the negotiations so that we all together will help eliminate challenges and to help achieve the objectives of the Afcfta. Uniquely, APN is recognized by the AU as the international policy think tank that represents the collective interest of private sector both on the continent and the world at large. With this recognition, the APN has seized the opportunity to advocate the interests of the private sector throughout the implementation of the Afcfta. Ladies and gentlemen, barely 2 months after the APN was established, our management decided to organize a sensitization seminar for the media to appreciate the Afcfta. Thus, selected media organizations and individuals were invited on October 30th, 2019 to a briefing on the Afcfta and the way forward, way before implementation even started. Today, the APN is offering yet another sensitization event that examines trading under Afcfta 6 months after the historical commencement on January 1st, 2021. Today's event will also afford us the opportunity to be abreast with all the technical issues regarding the implementation of free trade from the experts since commencement. I wish that we all participate actively in this event so that by living here, we would be abreast really of what is happening and we will be prepared to play our roles in the successful implementation of the Afcfta. I thank you very much for your attention.
And ladies and gentlemen, we also thank Mr. Joe Taki so very much. Like I mentioned early on, a man very sincere and passionate about everything continental free trade. And we thank you for your expertise that you continually make available to all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, just before I go on, I want to acknowledge some few personalities in our midst. Lady Grace Koza is Head of Communications for the Afcfta Secretariat. Lady Koza, if you are here, please, can we kindly appreciate her with a round of applause? Grace Koza. Thank you very much. And then I have some few protocol officers also. Please forgive me if I missed a name. I'll come back and mention it. But for now, let me also say I have my very good friend, Mr. Kandapa here, sir. Kindly, we want to acknowledge you. Here's with protocol. Let's give him a big round of applause. Well, thank you that you escorted the Secretary General to us. We are grateful for your presence. There's one more, Mr. Asmemian, forgive me if I didn't mention it right, but if he's here, Mr. Asmemian, if you are here, can we give him a round of applause, sir? Thank you very much, I got you. So we are grateful. They are all from the Continental Free Trade Secretariat, and for us, Ghana is excited that we are hosting you here. We trust that everything possible, programs continuously that would make sure advocacy reaches the farthest point, we will make available. At this point, I want to bring somebody strategic in to have a word with us. So at some point today, as part of activities, we just want to honor some few businesses that are daring, that are saying that, look, we want to take advantage of the continental free trade. We want to be on. Let the advocacy come show us what to do. One friend just said, Kweku, I might just want to stay in Ghana. You know why? Because sometimes the cartel that you meet in other countries just resisting you because they know your capabilities and they know when you thrive in their country, it looks like you take over the market. But how about Africa holding our hands together and say, look, this is for us. Instead of 30 million, let's make it 1 billion for ourselves. Well, he has been with the Association of Ghana Industries for some time, served his 2 terms successfully. During his time, brought a lot of ingenuity, made available information for the pressmen. I remember the AGI barometer so well, where industry will talk about their concerns, whether it is power for the growth of industry amongst others. Sometimes I want to find out if the continent has an industry body also. Maybe he will share with us. But at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to bring in James Asarieje, Dr. James Asarieje, because particularly he's also a manufacturer, and then he has been in that advocacy position as AGI president. Please, with a thunderous round of applause, help me welcome Dr. James Asarieje.
Thank you, Gogo. Your Excellency, the Secretary General, and let me stand on existing protocols and make these brief comments. I was actually trying to ask Gogo, please don't ask me to speak. But I think that the success of Afcfta will be a great success to businesses in Africa in general and Ghana in particular. So what we're looking forward to as industrialists, as private sector players, is to see that discussions on African integration through business, would not be left at the governmental levels. It's good. If you have heads of states, ministers, and you actually see the various fanfares that go on. But we believe that the real players must be integrated. Because I just want to share a brief, a lot of us know, but let me mention that. If you want to send goods from Ghana to Nigeria, the number of borders, barriers, stop ports, and so on and so forth that you meet, you would want to ask whether how far have we gone with ECOWAS integration, the various protocols we've signed, and then how far do we want to go? I remember very well in 2014 when my business decided to explore Liberian market, and we got a customer who was ready to order about 20 containers every other month. So going by road was out of the question, so we're actually looking at by sea. And here we have to wait for vessel from Spain to come so that we can load our containers on to get to Liberia. Now, once the vessel comes, they say, well, this time around we can take only 3 containers. Now, I'm just sharing these experiences so that we can position ourselves and ask ourselves the various questions that will help us this time around to ensure that Afcfta will work. It's a great opportunity, especially for Ghanaian businesses, once we have the secretariat here, that we need to prepare ourselves. We're not looking at the challenges alone, but we're also looking at opportunities that Afcfta offers, for businesses. Once we remain here, a domestic market of about 30 million, now our businesses remain small. Even in the sub-region of about 350 million people, it's still small. But if we're dealing with 1.2, 1.3 billion people, then definitely we want to move out there. Now, if we as Ghanaian businesses don't take the opportunity, prepare ourselves, position ourselves, retool, build capacities, will be swamped by other businesses from other countries. And I don't think that is what we are really ready, to see. So my probably brief caution is that let us be careful, let us prepare. Don't let us sit. Normally what happens is that as private sector players or businesses, what happens is that we have so many challenges, so we only focus on the narrow challenges that we face in. The interest rates, which are in Ghana between 25 and 30%, whereas there are other businesses that are having single-digit interest rate, and these are the businesses that are competing with us here. So we have fixated on these challenges, sometimes erratic power supply, and so on and so forth, and we lose sight of the bigger picture and into the future. This time around, we can't actually afford to do that, and we must be on board. We must move with the key players who are making Afcfta work, and I believe that when we do that, our businesses will also grow. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, those watching via virtual means, I am sure you enjoyed James Osarie J. Doctor. Please, if you did, kindly applaud him once again. Let me know you enjoyed every part of his comments. It is amazing sometimes the artificial barriers. I don't want to describe it as natural barriers. They are just artificial, because if we just wait or work at it, it will just disintegrate into atoms in no time. I'm sure when Prof. Bokpin gets the opportunity, he would highlight on some of these things more later on. But at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I have personally taken interest the moment it was announced in the country that we are going to get Secretary General for the Afcfta Secretariat. And I was equally proud that it was a young man with a lot of energy and dynamism to cross and reach out and ensure that wherever there are bottlenecks, he's able to move in there and rectify the situation. He's been on the beat ever since he was put in charge of this office. And being here is even a testimony to the fact that this is a man who is committed to work and ensure that Afcfta becomes a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, even before I mention his name, I think he deserves a bigger round of applause. Can we give him a stand ovation as I welcome His Excellency Mene Wamkeli as he comes to address you as the special guest.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the very warm welcome. It really is a pleasure for me to be here. I want to thank the chairman, Mr. Joe Taki, thank the executive director for really all the hard work that you have done. You were actually the very first NGO organization to be established in support of the initiative of the African Continental Free Trade Area. So I congratulate you for that vision. I have just come from a meeting of senior trade officials. They are meeting here in Accra. They will be followed by ministers. And I was asked, where are you going? These senior trade officials are here. Where are you going? I said, well, actually, the beneficiaries of this agreement are the ones who are expecting me. Private sector, civil society. That is why we have this agreement. It's not for people like me, trade negotiators. It is for the private sector. It is for civil society. It is for Africans to really feel the impact of this potentially very transformative instrument that all of us collectively, all of us as Africans, have been able to achieve, and it's the singular greatest achievement, in my very humble view, since the end of colonialism and the defeat of apartheid in South Africa. Potentially very, very transformative, and singularly the most important instrument that we have ever, as Africans, been able to achieve in a record time. Less than 5 years, we've made significant progress. And it's important in its transformative potential because of the general character of our economy. Smallness of national economies, fragmentation of markets, lack of industrial capacity, lack of economies of scale, lack of productive capacity, and really what I call a continued reliance on the export of primary commodities, and something that retains us in a colonial economic model, which we have sustained over the last 60 years as the African continent. And that is why there's not a single region and not a single country that would be able to be globally competitive on its own. There's not a single region of this continent that can trade itself out of poverty without interconnecting with the rest of the continent. And so our founding mothers and fathers, they had this vision from 1963, the establishment of the Organization of African Unity, that actually once we achieve political independence and integration, political integration on the African continent, the very next challenge we have to confront is market integration and ensuring that we have seamless movement of goods, ensuring that we have seamless movement of persons across the borders of the African continent. And so they achieved the initial objective. It is now up to you and I to follow through on this very next challenge of market integration. So May 1963, our founding mothers and fathers expressed this vision. And then at the entry into force of this agreement, we began the next phase of this very, very important objective on the African continent. I was asked a few months ago by a journalist, well, what is happening? I don't see large volumes of trade. I don't see anything. And the journalist happened to be from one of these very big newspapers in London. So I said, let us be intellectually honest. Let's be honest. It took the European Union precisely 72 years to reach this level of market integration, this depth of integration. When the integration process started in Europe 72 years ago, who was asking Europe at that point? 3 years down the line, 3 months down the line rather, where are the trade flows? And where is this thing going? So we must really be intellectually honest about the challenge that we confront, about the difficulty of the challenge, but we must also realize the very unique opportunity that we have, that since the end of colonialism and the defeat of apartheid, we have never had this opportunity before as a continent. So we now have 38 countries that have ratified the agreement establishing the Afcfta. We have only one country that has not signed it in Africa. So 38 countries have committed to liberalization of trade, liberalization of investment, liberalization of services, as well as other pillars of this agreement. The political momentum is there. The legal commitment is there, at least amongst the 37 countries or 38 countries who have ratified this agreement. Our ambition is very high. We want to make sure that by the year 2035, 97% of goods being traded in Africa are traded at zero duty by the year 2035. And that where we trade in services, these services are traded freely without regulatory barriers. It's a huge ambition. And it is, when we think about it, it appears insurmountable. But it is entirely possible that in 15 years' time, we can double intra-Africa trade and change the face of this continent in terms of its economic character. I mentioned earlier about our underdeveloped industrial capacity. When you consider, and I made this example last week, when you consider the fact that coffee that is produced here in Africa, raw coffee and exported at about $6 billion annually. It is processed abroad and it contributes to a $100 billion industry annually. So that means that almost 95% of value chain production, Africa loses it because of this deep underdeveloped manufacturing capacity and underdeveloped industrial capacity on our continent. So we have a very unique opportunity to leverage on this agreement because it says reduce your tariffs by the year 2035 to 0 or 97% of products. And second, it says that you cannot have any type of a non-tariff barrier that you so desire. It will now be subject to very, very strict regulations, and you will be found, if you are to be found on the wrong of these regulations that regulate non-tariff barriers, you have to remove them. So we have to ensure that the Afcfta leverages, and the manufacturing rather leverages on this very, very conducive environment that this agreement establishes for industrial development to be accelerated, Africa's industrial capacity to be accelerated, and for Africa's manufacturing capacity to be accelerated. We have, as you heard, we have a market of 1.3 billion people, a combined GDP that is at $3.4 trillion, a very, very dynamic and young population. So we have a market that is, as Africa, potentially as globally competitive as India or China, provided we do the right things. Provided we do the right things. So the ambition is not just high-level ambition, but we have matched it in the rules. We now have a protocol on trading goods, a protocol on trading services. We will have protocols on intellectual property rights, on competition, investment protection, digital trade, and women and young people in trade. So actually, when you come to think about it, we're already designing a common market. That is the high-level ambition that we have. And in designing this common market, the beneficiaries, I don't believe, are going to be governments, because governments don't create jobs. The beneficiaries are going to be the private sector. It is the private sector that invests in innovation, job creation, research and development, and so on. And so that is why we are going to host a first of its kind here in Ghana, at least since the Secretariat has been established. We will bring together Africa's private sector in an Afcfta business forum so that we can together collaborate and find solutions that will be sustainable for implementation of this agreement. We're not going to be able to do it without the private sector. And we won't be able to do it without the support of civil society. And so that is why this Afcfta Business Forum and collaboration as a permanent, ongoing platform for dialogue is so critical, so that we share the responsibility of implementation of this agreement. I know that that it is, as they say, talk is cheap. Talk is very, very cheap. So we will have to make sure that all of us collectively, that we take full responsibility for implementation of this agreement within our respective mandates, whether we are in business, the private sector, Afcfta policy network. All of us have to take responsibility for implementation of this agreement. And so I was very happy when Afcfta offered to be a strategic partner to us. And since we have entered into this strategic partnership with Afcfta, we have been able to achieve a number of things. First, we are establishing a Pan-African payments and settlement platform, which will help us to resolve some of these challenges that we confront today with currency convertibility, the cost of it. As you know, we have over 42 currencies in our continent. If you want to trade with somebody, and if you are an SME, you want to trade with somebody, you are in Ghana, with somebody in Kenya, you first have to convert the cedi to the dollar, transact, they convert the dollar to the cedi, and that adds about $5 billion worth of costs to doing business, to trading on the continent. This Pan-African payments and settlement platform will resolve some of these challenges of the cost of currency convertibility, and the reasons why we may, in part, why we may be, why we may not be reaching the level of intra-Africa trade that we should be reaching. Second, we are establishing digital platforms that will include the universe of ease of doing business technologies. For example, in this digital platform that we call Africa Trade Gateway, you as a small medium enterprise will now be able to interconnect with a small medium enterprise in another part of the continent, giving you an opportunity to grow your business, expand into new markets, and become globally and regionally competitive as a small medium enterprise. And this is something that will, in fact, accelerate interconnectivity of small medium enterprise and businesses across the African continent. We are also establishing an adjustment fund, and this adjustment fund is designed to assist countries who, because of reducing tariffs and eliminating tariffs, they may lose revenue. These countries that are in this particular circumstance will now be able to access the fund for productive sector investment. The fund is in 3 pillars. There will be a portion of contributions from governments, from companies or investors, in other words, a credit component, as well as a component for the international community. It is not designed to be supporting government budget support. The intention of the fund is for direct investment sector, productive sector investment. So if you make an assessment that your textiles industry is suffering, you will be able to access the fund to provide assistance to the textiles industry in your country. If for whatever reason it is becoming uncompetitive, you will be able to consider measures that will make your sector in your country more competitive. These are some of the practical steps that we have already taken. As I say, working with the private sector, and working with Afrexim Bank in particular, who have made, for the fund, who have made $1.5 billion available immediately, which is to be increased. We will jointly mobilize investment, and we want to increase it to $40 billion. But ultimately, we don't want this situation to continue where governments consider tariffs to be a revenue-generating tool. We want tariffs and tariff policy to be an industrial development tool so that Africa can move forward in the next decades or so. So industrial development, establishment of value chains is the heart of this agreement. That is where Africa has to be more competitive and make significant improvements, is in industrial development, establishment of regional value chains, improving our productive capacity. It is really, I said this again last week, it makes me embarrassed as an African that all of us combined, 55 of us, our contribution to global trade is less than 3%. Not even Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Egypt, Morocco, all of us, our contribution to global trade is very, very small. And that is largely because of this colonial economic model, which we sustained ourselves, because we want to continue exporting unprocessed raw materials, which we did over the last 60 years or so. So we now have an opportunity, and which is what our heads of states directed us to do. We have an opportunity to leverage on this agreement to fundamentally transform Africa's economy, not just for the next 10, 15 years, but to permanently transform the structure of Africa's economy. But the starting point is industrial development, leveraging on this agreement. There's no shortcut. And that is why the point I made earlier, that I made to the journalist, that is why it is so critical. Because we know from the experience of other parts of the world that industrialization does not happen overnight. You don't swallow a pill, you wake up the next day, you've industrialized. It takes decade after decade of disciplined implementation of an industrial policy and industrial strategy, something that we have not been able to do as a continent. Let me close, Mr. Chairman, by making an example of what I mean. A global company that manufactures vehicles says to me, Secretary General, we are today at 6 million units per year of cars. We want in 5 years' time to be at 10 million units of cars per year. All our components today are manufactured in other parts of the world. We have only an assembly capacity in Africa. We don't manufacture, we bring in components and we assemble vehicles and we send them to the rest of the continent. And the reason is because we have not had a common market or a single market, a single set of rules for the African continent. We have been fragmented and we have kept ourselves in this state of fragmentation for too long. So that if you are this global company, you want to establish a presence in West Africa, East Africa, and Southern Africa, it's too complicated. It's too costly because you must adhere to local content rules in West Africa, that say 20%, local content rules in Southern Africa that say 40%, local content rules in East Africa that say 55%. So who is going to invest in that context? It is too costly. And so the result is that the investment becomes concentrated in parts of the continent that are already relatively industrialized. And we want to change this pattern of industrialization and this pattern of investment. We want to make sure that we now establish these value chains across the continent. Because if you have a local content requirement that says 40% for the whole of Africa, we now can bring in other countries into the value chain and production of vehicles. That's the point that this CEO was making to me, that you have a very unique opportunity to position the continent for global competitiveness for investment by a single set of rules for trade and investment. That's why this agreement is so very important, because it gives us at least that chance. As a continent, it gives us at least that chance to compete. So I expect that in 4 to 5 years' time, we should be able to say, we have a common set of rules. If you want to invest in pharmaceuticals, if you want to invest in the auto sector, we have a common set of rules that apply across the countries that have ratified this agreement. If we don't implement it, if we allow the challenges, the daily challenges and the daily difficulties of integrating so many different markets on the continent, we are not going to succeed. We will remain in this condition that we have been in for the last 60 to 70 years. So when people say to me, oh, it is a pipe dream, it's not going to happen, it's too difficult, there are too many challenges, there's a political insecurity here and there. Yes, all of those things are true. But in my view, the alternative is even worse, because the alternative is where we have been. That's the stark reality. It's remaining embedded in this condition of underdevelopment from an industrial development and productive point of view. So this is the choice that we have as Africans. That's the choice. We throw our hands in the air, we say it's too difficult. Or we march on and we confront the challenges. The World Bank, in their report, and I don't always agree with the World Bank, I'm sorry if there's somebody from the World Bank here, but the World Bank projected that if we implement this agreement effectively, by the year 2035, we have an opportunity to lift 100 million Africans out of poverty and to contribute to Africa's GDP by up to $450 billion, and to boost intra-Africa trade by up to 80%. And largely the beneficiaries of these positive projections will be women in trade and small medium enterprises. Very encouraging to read this from the World Bank. But it won't happen on its own. These projections won't happen by themselves. We as Africans, all of us, will have to work hard to make sure that these very positive projections become a reality. Thank you. So we can do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, you may take your seats, please. It's in your honor, and we're grateful. Thank you. So very shortly, His Excellency is busy. He will be departing shortly. But, you know, within this short space, and from how he even speaks and advocates, he says, look, it is not going to happen just like that. It could be on paper. It could be by speech. But unless we make a conscious effort, from today, I want you to decide in everything you do, look, I'll move the continental free trade a notch further. And sir, that's why we want to appreciate you and thank you for your selflessness. Please, he deserves a round of applause. And I know there's one man here, Prof. Bucking. When he goes back, he's recorded every bit of it. He's going to make sure he teaches the students to the code and quotes you on some of the things. We'll make the video available for you, sir, for teaching purposes. Please, let's give him a round of applause once again. But shortly, let me invite Yao to come in, Yao Afo. We want to honor him. Yao will say a few things and invite Chairman to come in.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. It is important for us to honor our heroes while they live. And we have to do it not too long ago. We have to do it now. We want to appreciate, for the first time, taking this office and not giving up, in spite of all the facial things that you were experiencing, in terms of the many challenges we know. We want to appreciate the Secretariat also for taking the bold step. You didn't come to heaven. At least you came to meet some challenges, but you were able to stay. And we want to use this award to let you know we are with you, to support you and support the Secretariat. I want to welcome the Chairman to do this honor by presenting the award to you. And then we'll take a shot with you before you take over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, a few more should join. We're letting you. So, yeah. This is James Asari. Madam Grace Koza. She's here. We'll wait for Lady Grace Koza to join finally. Oh, I thought the applause would come more. The Secretariat is here in their numbers. It shows the commitment. We at APN and Keisha, we are solidly behind you also. Madam, you are going for a photo shoot. Just accept it. Don't worry. Please, have you taken? Thank you so much. So some few businesses here, the rest might have you come down. Some few businesses here, we're just honoring them. We just want to in there one way or the other. So we'll just invite them within 5 minutes and do their presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. James Asari is already here. He's the CEO of Afcfta. Please kindly. Kindly, West Africa Decotiles, if you are here for your support, for your ingenuity, please come in. And he needs to go very fast. Kasapreko, if you are here, you can also line up. Okay. So that it will be quick. We'll return it to you shortly. Please, do we have... Casapreco ready, please. So Casapreco is doing a lot. They permeated the Nigerian market, looking forward to other African economies. And it's one of the finest when it comes to the beverages industry in Ghana. And we're looking forward to see them expand to other areas. Please. Team from West Africa, Decotals, if you are here, can we have you please line up here? So just as the name, their CEO mentions that the dream of this business was to be throughout West Africa, but we've had our challenges, we've had our difficulty. We're still in Ghana. Today with Afcfta, we believe we'll go further. Please, if you are here, line up. Kindly give us a plaque. Kindly give us the plaque, please.
Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the millions, so they've got to find those extra cups to fill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. You date a girl and find.
All right, thank you so much. We'll call a few more later. Sir, we thank you. We're grateful for your time. I've just been alerted that at this point I have to relieve you to go for other duties. So for the few others, I wanted all of you. Yeah. Yeah, so some trade officials are waiting, but we are grateful for your time. There will be a few more dignitaries here to help with those who are left, who have to be honored. But thank you sincerely. We'll want to break, if you are here, break for coffee shortly. And then when we come back, we're going into the various nitty-gritties, the various discussions that we would want to hold on the theme of the state of trading, amongst others. There are special moderators who are in, so we want to have all of them come through and support us. So please, kindly bear with us. We'll quickly want to have a quick coffee break. Please, it is not time to leave. We are now going to do the main discussion. So please, you can grab your coffee and then quickly come back. You may grab your coffee and then while you are leaving, don't leave your bag along. Just hold it personally with you. You know,
the Afcfta Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents Afcfta Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders, ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The Afcfta Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents Afcfta Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders, ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The Afcfta Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents Afcfta Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders, ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kujo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kujo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kujo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kujo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kujo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kujo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The Afcfta Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents Afcfta Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The Afcfta Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents Afcfta Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The Afcfta Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents Afcfta Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The Afcfta Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents Afcfta Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The Afcfta Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents Afcfta Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of Afcfta Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker, His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor, Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue, the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time, 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021, it will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker: His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor: Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue: the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time: 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021. It will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and many more. For enquiries, call 0244 868395. The After Policy Network, in collaboration with Kishel Communications, presents After Trading and Africa Product and Service Awards and Conference. Keynote speaker: His Excellency Menewam Kelly, Secretary General of After Secretariat. Guest of honor: Honorable Alan Kojo Tremating, Minister of Trade and Industry. Venue: the Plush Accra City Hotel. Time: 2 p.m. prompt. On 24th of June 2021. It will be streamed live on all virtual platforms. Remember, this program is strictly by invitation and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Participating stakeholders: ECA West Africa, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Chambers of Commerce, Association of Ghana Industries, and
Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back from the break. Short coffee break. I'm tempted to ask you to jump up and down, but I don't want any accidents. Okay, so welcome back from the break and welcome our distinguished panelists. We're going to be jumping into the proper discussions. We're supposed to have Mr. Fetchin Akoto. Emmanuel Awuni could not make it, but we'll have Professor Bobkin who will share. We have Joyce Williams, Sarah Anku, who will populate the panel. I will be offering moderation as our moderator had to be elsewhere. So if you'd kindly like to mount the podium for your seats, we're very happy so that we can begin the real conversation on the state of Afcfta trading. A round of applause, please. Oh, anyway. Anyway. Do we have Mr. Mixon Opoku in the house? Mr. Mixon? Okay. Mr. Fetchin Akoto? No, he's on his way. Okay, Emmanuel Awuni is not. So at least we have three distinguished panelists. Professor Bobkin, if you are ready, you can take over. We'll be very happy if you can do that for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Our chair, thank you very much, our executive director. All protocol observed. And I think that it's a great joy to be here and to be talking about something very important on the continent, as important as the African Continental Free Trade. I believe that in the last 1.5 years, with the exception of COVID, the item that has gained a lot of attention on the continent has been the Afcfta until COVID came. It's as though the same wave that greeted the continent when we were talking about independence. It was being discussed everywhere. In response to that, we had the Organization of African Unity, now AU. And I agree that the single most important development on the continent with economic and commercial significance is the Afcfta. And to that, I think that is good news for us. It is good news not because the theoretical benefits that have been discussed have been realized, but it's an important step, particularly at a time when the whole world is moving apart. Africa is getting more closer through greater economic, trade, and financial integration. But there is greater potential that through digitization and digitalization could actually make this work much faster. From my little own understanding of trade and economic cooperation, it took certainly Europe a lot of years, decades. It should take Africa much shorter, because we have the opportunity of learning from the errors of others, so we don't need to repeat that and make it work for ourselves. To the extent that Africa has a big market with a population of 1.3 billion and a GDP of more than $3 trillion, this is huge, and it can only get better. This development is happening at a time when COVID and the various containment measures have practically reversed decades of gains that we have made against poverty. And the worsening inequality that we are seeing, enhanced also as a result of COVID-19 that affected more economies that are more based on contact-intensive activities with lockdowns here and there. To the extent that the Afcfta must work for Africans, and to the extent that they must work for the majority of Africans, if not all of us, and not a tiny few. And the reason I'm saying so is that in the last 3 decades or so, Africa has seen positive growth. But that growth did not benefit every African. In fact, it benefited a tiny few. For example, it's just 0.1% of West Africans that have almost more than 90% of the wealth of that sub-region. So just a tiny few people in Africa have made it big time, whilst the majority only look on. For Afcfta to work, it must tackle inequality aggressively and make sure that it works for every African. But whilst we have talked about the hypothesized benefits and all of that, there is no guarantee that Afcfta would actually work for Africa. It may, to some extent, work for the rest of the world, much more than for us. In the same way that through colonization and the economic structure they left for us benefited them, it's the same way that if we are not careful, this will end up working for them. So we must look at the ownership structure, ownership content as well, and make sure that we ring-fence the benefit for Africa. As we are here discussing, it's not everybody that is taking note for the benefit of Africa, but they might also be taking note for the benefit of their countries. The next question is, because when African countries discovered oil, we thought that it was going to change the dynamics, is that not so? And then we discovered gold and all of that. Where are the benefits? So there's a real possibility that we look at all these things with a bigger eye to make sure that this doesn't happen like other interventions on the continent. It is worth to note that 14 out of the 18 countries in the world where the number of extreme poor is rising are in Africa.